Original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our mini mailbag episode where we read your emails, play your voicemails, and just do everything dedicated to and for you. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Ann Stettin.
And I'm Maria Elizabeth Blasucci.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow. I'm Allison Jordan Siegel. First and foremost, we passed 666 ratings on iTunes.
We're getting some great reviews too.
Yeah, we have 670 now.
I know.
It's crazy. I'll read some of them real quick. This one is from Believe Tom DeLong. 5 stars. My favorite bimbos. La la la. The next one is from 666 Claire. Yay, 666, 5 stars. This is the best podcast. I've been hooked since the early days of Elisa Lam and have not stopped listening.
Ooh.
Love you, ladies. Wondering if a mini episode on the conspiracy behind Free Britney would be of interest to you all. I did some digging and the story goes deep. I'd love to hear your expertise on this matter. Thank you for everything. Happy Halloween. That could be interesting.
Yeah, and there is a podcast on the Arios Network called We Need to Talk About Britney.
We need to talk about Britney, and I think that might be a fun little crossover to do if we're
that's a good idea.
interested.
That's a great idea. This is from Mr. Udak, 5 stars. I forgot the stars on my 666 review. P.S. I couldn't look away from the mirror during the seance, our seance episode. Nothing, fortunately. Loved watching your guys' eyes pop out of your head anytime a candle flickered. If one doesn't love this show, then they are wrong. Ooh. Another one, K Bellis 1227, my favorite podcast, 5 stars. The seance episode literally has me shook. I love every episode, but this one is my favorite.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Claire 89D, 5 stars. Love this crew. Obsessed with my new best friends. I'm loving the seance ladies, and I don't know if that says the seance ladies. I'm loving the SE ladies. So I don't know. And they've helped me cope through quarantine. My first Patreon purchase.
Ooh.
Thank you, Claire.
I think she meant to say these ladies.
Oh, I love these ladies.
You're right. I should have known that. Judith M, 666, 5 stars. Y'all girls are awesome. Honk honk. Love all you do to keep us entertained during this time. Boing.
Wow.
I'll read one more. Favorite podcast of all time. 5 stars from Baked Life. Love, love, love. I've been watching since the beginning of time and obsessed. I tried to put an episode on every car trip I'm in and sync others down with me in my obsession. Luckily, I don't have to go far in order to search for an interesting episode. Not the biggest fan of the mini episodes, mainly because I like to get addicted listening to lengthy off-topic conversations. So Baked Life might not even hear us talk about her on this episode. But anyways, thank you guys for the reviews. Please keep them coming. They really help us, and we really appreciate it. Should we play some voicemails maybe?
Well, first, let's talk to Craig really quickly because he's here and he just wants to...
great.
Yeah, Craig's Corner.
Do a little Craig's Corner. He's been having some synchronicity issues that have really been scaring him.
Okay.
So here he is, Craig.
First off, they're not issues.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
They're not issues. They're just things that have happened, and I'm fully convinced that the whole simulation theory is real. Have you guys covered simulation theory?
Yes, sort of.
Only like a little bit, yes, but get into it.
Oh, I have had a string of things to where like I will say something or whatever or see something and like note it in my brain, and within maybe 10, 12 hours, if not shorter, that thing will be presented to me again. And this has happened probably 5 or 6 times in the past 3 weeks. Like this just keeps happening.
Whoa.
The most incredible one. This is, whatever. The most incredible one. Well, I'll tell you about the one that Maria and I had the other day. So we went on a drive to go look at, apple picking and all that, apple farm or whatever. And we're coming back and we put on that Joe Rogan podcast because Alex Jones was on there and all that, all the wackiness.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything. Oh, can't listen to that. Anyway, so we're listening to that. And what was the first thing he said? Boy, really interesting so far, huh? All right, whatever. All right, we'll get back to that one. All right, so let's go back to the most incredible one.
Okay.
So I got to pick up some stuff from Walmart. So I'm like, all right, well, I can't be listening to all these crazy conspiracy podcasts because they start depressing you. So I'm like, I'm going to go to Walmart. I'll put on, all right, look at this, old video game stuff. I'll put on video games, some podcast. I didn't even know who it was. Two guys talking about old video games. So I put that on my iPod, on my iPhone, and I put my earpiece in. I go in the store. I'm listening to this podcast. I'm walking through the store, and they're playing, music over the Muzak thing or whatever. They're playing that. What was the song? All right. Well, I got to find this damn song. All right. So they start
you guys
playing
are like
this
that old married couple from like the Swiffer commercial who's just like fighting on the couch.
Okay, well, it kind of does matter. Anyway, so it's an 80s song that's not very popular. It's like a one-hit wonder song.
Okay.
It's coming over the thing, and these dudes on the podcast. Yeah, Allie, you know where this is going.
No. Yes. Oh my God.
They start singing. Hold on. You're not even going to believe this. They start singing a portion of the song. It perfectly syncs to the singer in the store, to where I thought my earphone was picking up the signal from Walmart.
No.
To where I literally stopped and I go like this, and then I realized it was the host singing the chorus of the song in sync.
No.
Like it wasn't.
That's so scary.
Crazy.
If it was off a little bit, it was maybe a half second.
No,
but it
even
literally
if they
was,
were just talking about the song at the same time, that's fucking crazy.
I mean, listen. I mean, think about that. I had to. Their little Walmart, playlist thing started at whatever time in the morning. I had to arrive, to pick the song, and enter at the precise point to where the podcast would be at that point.
I can't. That's
Isn't
crazy.
I mean,
My
dude,
eyes are watering. That is so crazy.
That's insane.
well, it is crazy. But back to the Joe Rogan, Alex Jones thing. I know what it was. So we had just got done picking apples, and like we get in the car and we're driving, and then like 3-4 minutes into the podcast, Alex Jones goes, "Is Alex? Yeah, Alex." He goes. Oh, I got to get me some apple juice. I love apple juice. He starts going into like apple juice, and I'm like, I look at Maria. I'm like,
We're drinking apple cider at the time.
yeah. I go. That is crazy. She has a hot apple cider. I have a apple slushy. Hold on. So then I go, I'm freaking out. I go, Maria, we're in a simulation. And this is crazy. I point at the radio. I go, I guarantee you they're going to say Ohio. 10 minutes later, we're on the drive. Joe Rogan goes, well, it's not like we have any manufacturing going on in like Ohio.
What?
Says Ohio.
Stop it.
50 states you could pick. I had said it. This is not like fake. Maria saw it. I literally said, he's going to say Ohio. What the fuck?
Oh my God.
But that is crazy.
It blows my mind. Every time something like this happens, like it truly just blows my mind.
It's insane. I told you guys, Maria and Melissa, my older brother sent me some super long texts about like, just so you know, we are living in a simulation. All the greatest minds in the world think that we are, and soon that there'll be evidence pointing towards that. And I was like, okay, Jason, cool. I think that the people are really taking on to this theory.
Oh, Elon Musk said if you look at what's going on, the odds are that we are in a simulation. That
we're like the base level of some sort of simulation or something.
Yes. And like stuff like this. I mean, there's been multiple times where I stop and I'm like, did a fucking asteroid hit Earth? Like, is this all? Did we get? Because there is a theory out there you guys should look into that the world ended in 2012.
Really?
Yes. Look into
Isn't
this.
That when the Mayan calendar ends or something?
It's something to do with that. And if you look back, that's when everything started to get really weird and all this stuff. And you're like, wow, what everything time. If you think of time, think about like how fast since 2012 seems to have gone by. That's 8 years, man. And like all the stuff that's happened, you know what I'm saying? But this stuff, Keeps happening. What about the bird? Well, Maria, I out on the patio where I look, there's a little goldfinch out on the patio and he's sitting there. I'm like, oh man, poor thing. And so I get out there, I get like a little syringe full of sugar water trying to save him. I put his little beak in there and I'm trying to nurse him to get him to fly away. He looked like he had a broken leg or something. So then I give it to him and I'm kind of nudging his bottom. I'm like, come on, dude. And I nudge him a few times and he takes off. And I'm like, oh, cool. And we're all happy and everything. Everything's great. The next morning, Maria calls me. She goes, the goldfinch is in the same spot. He's dead.
What?
So we go out there. So basically, same exact spot and he's laying dead. I go, Maria, what if yesterday didn't happen and this is like a skip in the tape and where he was supposed to die and it's correcting itself?
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what it
Final
was. Like
Destination.
you fucked up the timeline.
Right. I mean, so he came back there to die in the exact same spot? There's no nest or anything around. He's just on a spot on the deck. So he flew back. He did whatever he was going to do and he comes back there and he's laying dead the next day.
Yeah, that was just part of like his algorithm, like part of his story. That's
Right.
where his
and I interrupted it, so they
programming
it
finished.
replayed.
Yeah.
But dude, the craziest, I'm never in my life going to beat that Walmart shit, man.
That's
that's insane.
crazy.
I have never listened to this podcast. I put it on, like, it doesn't even, any song. And, it's one thing if it's like, oh, well, it's Christmas time and they're singing Jingle Bells. Big deal. No, this was like some one-hit wonder 80s song.
Yeah, there's so much that had to add up to that. And also like the moment that like you put the podcast on, the episode of the podcast you chose, like
Dude,
there's so much that goes
down
into
to
it.
the second. I mean, it's crazy. I synced up with the playlist that Walmart had started, 8 hours before.
I just found the text from my brother. He said, the other day, my brain finally understood simulation theory in a real way. And I actually understand why people like Musk, etc., say this is likely a simulation. There's a small chance we are a base level 1 reality, but unlikely in no real way to know with modern science. And I said, great. And then he said, conceptually, it won't be hard to understand. I guess it was in the middle of the night and I woke up like, right, I got it. And then I said, yeah, when you get it, you get it. And then he said, all the glitches and math and repeating patterns definitely begin to make a lot of sense. It's all math, math, math. And I said, oh, well, I hate that. And then he said, he was just on one. And then he goes, there's only so many shapes and numbers and math and orbits. That's a matter of semantics. It's like there are hackers who can do amazing off-menu things with computers. Same with shamans and monks and athletes with crazy focus, etc. There's people who can crack the code, find the loopholes, the edges, write some of their own programming. Big spiritual scientific belief that thought is the opening stage of material reality, but this is a longer discussion.
Wow.
Then we never brought it up again.
Wow. I could talk to him. I mean, think about this. When weird stuff used to happen to us, we used to say, oh, deja vu.
Yeah.
Nobody says deja vu. And what I was thinking is, deja vu is like, oh, because I had already experienced it. But now think about the simulation stuff that keeps happening to us. We're seeing it like, it's like at the current time.
Yeah.
So it's almost like deja vu was we were ahead of the simulation and then it slowly like caught up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's like we're at an equal point. No one has deja vu anymore. And then pretty soon it'll go past and it'll be like futuristic stuff. And we'll be like, I don't know how it'll play out, but it just seems like the whole like, oh, I've had this thought before. No, now it's current.
Right.
I'm syncing my iPhone. It's happening in current time.
It's syncing to current time.
Yeah. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like there's a timeline and like, the whole theory about like there being different dimensions of time and, that's, we're living on a certain dimension and then like the other one could catch up. And that's like the whole theory of time travel is that you could get to that. There's all these lines of time and you could get to the one behind and go back,
Maria's just looking out the window.
Are you looking for the feds, Maria? Are you waiting for the Men in Black to show up? We've gotten too close.
I don't think she can hear you. They asked if you were looking for the feds.
There's some helicopters out there.
So sorry I started soft with that Craig's Corner, but hopefully I finished strong.
No,
No.
it was a strong finish
That's
and
crazy.
totally incredible. This is, I mean, it's something we really need to do, like, I think a full episode on because this shit's crazy.
Yeah. This is like a topic that, and it keeps happening. And I'm sure your listeners are, after this, you're going to be flooded with
We've
instances because this is happening to
emails
everyone.
about this stuff before
Right.
too. Like it's always happening.
Yeah, this is like, it's happening more and more. And, no offense to certain friends I have, but friends who aren't very bright, they're noticing it. Like, it's like, it's like, well, wait, what really? Because you think like, oh, this is a cursive, like, whatever. Anyway. All right, ladies.
Thank
Good
you,
talking
Craig,
to
as
you.
usual.
Thanks,
Always a
Craig.
delight.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, I'm
That is
back.
crazy.
I know.
Listening to a podcast
That
and it
is- that-
sinks, that is mind blowing.
I think I would have,
And
that
that
actually
bird was
would have
weird,
caused a
too.
psychotic break for me if that had happened.
Yeah. The bird was pretty wild too, that it was in the exact same spot and it was dead.
crazy.
Yeah, that's really scary also.
All right, should we just get to some voicemails?
Yeah, but let me tell you something. I got the heat on in my room. I'm under the covers, leaning back. I am peak cozy right now. I just am
You're about to
feeling
fall
good.
That's
asleep.
nice.
Literally, I
That's
just
really
feeling
nice.
good.
All of a sudden it's going to be Allie? Well, I guess she's sleeping. Okay, let's get into these voicemails. Oh boy, here we go.
Hi, web crawlers. It's Sarah, the master's degree one.
Sarah.
Sarah.
I feel like I call you guys all the time, but if you ever play my voicemails, I have to fast forward and skip over because hearing my voice, like, back to me is my worst nightmare
Oh,
ever,
sure.
and I hate it. So anyways, I don't listen to these voicemails if you play them on the show, but I wanted to share something with you. I was in sort of like a program for bad teens when I was a teenager.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Basically, it was like after a high school football game. I was in the car with 3 of my other friends. They were like in the band, in the kick line, and I was a cheerleader. We were in the car and we were passing around, a bowl. Actually, it was two bowls. And of course, we got pulled over because one of the back brake lights on the car was out. Got charged with,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, what do you call it? Whatever you get charged with for just having a bowl. and,
Possession?
like paraphernalia or whatever. So I had to go, because I was only 16, I had to go to this program that was called, in my state, I don't know if it's in other states, but it was called ID 21. So it was for, obviously, kids who are under 21. And what you did was you stayed for... Maybe I stayed for 21 hours. Maybe that's why it was called that. I don't know. I think I stayed like for 24 hours, like at the county jail.
Oh my god.
Oh my
My
god.
3 other friends who got caught, and then other kids from the county, I guess, who got in trouble for the same thing. We stayed for 24 hours. Like, it was just a super boring day. They fed us. I was, alone in a cell. They gave me one little blanket. I practiced ballet. Because I'm not like an asshole. Like, I did something. But at night there was a spider in my cell. I was afraid of it at first. And then I made friends with it. I didn't sleep all night. But the next morning, my parents came in and we had to do this sort of drug class. And it was a
no.
husband and wife team teaching it. And Maria wanted to do a clown school. Let me tell you, these 2 were clowns. Okay.
Oh
We
shit.
were talking about the dangers of smoking a marijuana cigarette that was laced with, quote, CPC, or angel dust.
It's PCP.
And I tried to raise my hand to correct them and say it was PCP, was the correct name, but they wouldn't call on me. And there were other numerous things they said that, like, even my parents and other kids and their parents were laughing. So those 2, the teachers, were a couple of clowns, just like an older hippy-dippy husband and wife couple. And then afterwards, I think 1 month later, I had to take a drug test for marijuana. Of course I failed it, and, the results of that didn't bring on anything criminal. I just had to take a drug test. Obviously, my parents didn't care. And now, almost 20 years later, well, let's just say 15 years later, I have a medical marijuana card and
Nice.
use it for fibromyalgia, and I'm getting a master's degree. So,
Yes, queen.
You showed them.
I don't think it did anything at all except reaffirm that I like smoking pot. So those people can go fuck all. What a waste of tax dollars. Love you guys. Bye.
Wow.
Yes, girl, slay.
Yeah, it seems like those drug classes as a kid, like, they don't do anything.
No, I don't think they do anything at all.
Kids are going to do whatever they want to do and figure out for themselves if they like drugs
Yeah.
or not. Like, it's
so stupid.
okay. Another voicemail.
Hey, web crawlers. This is Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Again. Hey, Allie.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just wanted to
I wish I had said it.
Finished the Bellingham episode today, and you did an excellent job. And I was so excited when I saw the title. I'm going to do one last Bellingham thing, and then I'll stop because I know it's probably bugging some people. But
No.
there's like this weird folklore kind of like rumor in Bellingham about this restaurant. And it's, I don't know if you can say it, but it's called Sadigi's. And it's this family restaurant that's in town. It's been here my entire life. And I do not know a single person who has ever gone there. That's sort of like the mystery behind it. Is it's in like a really busy part of town. But it's sort of like hidden behind a bunch of like trees and bushes. Like they almost like, it looks like it's meant not to go to.
It's money laundering.
It's meant to be hidden a little bit. And there's all these rumors about that it's like secretly a drug front. It's been around for like decades. And
Wow.
it's a drug front, or it's a cover up for the mob. It's for money laundering.
Yeah, it must be.
Everybody has stories about it, but it's always like, my cousin or my uncle went there once. Nothing's ever like firsthand, of course, with these like conspiracy theories. One person said they snuck upstairs once, and there's like a room just full of like computers and weird like high tech science.
Oh my god, what?
Like
There's nothing scarier than a restaurant full of computers.
I'm sure the truth isn't all that astounding. But yeah, I just thought it was one more fun thing to say about Bellingham. If you get the chance, if you guys ever like end up touring like post COVID, you gotta come here, and we can all go to Sadigi's.
It'll be first on the
thanks
list.
Again for everything. The podcast is killer, and you're all the best. Thanks. Bye.
Wow.
I'm looking it up on TripAdvisor, and the first 2 reviews are pretty bad.
Oh.
Horrid. I live here in town. I would never go back to this place.
Oh my god. Maybe it is a
Very
front.
hostile. Yeah, it doesn't look great. The outside looks nice. I'll have to ask Matt Goodwin, our Bellingham representative, if he's ever been.
Bellingham.
Oh yeah.
It's Sadighi.
3.3 stars. Oh my god, there's a whole Reddit thread. Has anyone actually ever been to Sadigi's restaurant?
Oh wow.
Don't go. One of the worst meals I've had in Bellingham. Ordered my steak medium rare, and it came out well done. Well, I bought crack cocaine out of the back door one time.
Oh, what?
That sounds fake.
Every town has this like weird restaurant that no one's really been in, and it's just looks
Oh my God,
gross
this-
inside.
Are you on their Yelp? Have you seen their Yelp?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
pictures of their food is so
Oh
bad.
my God, it's
no.
really sick. It's like carrot sticks.
Yeah.
This
Carrot
one review
sticks.
says that 2 tables were occupied in the whole place, and he asked us to leave. I've never been asked to not eat at a place because he didn't have time for us.
Oh my God. You have to look. I'm going to send this picture of the pasta to the group chat. This is the most
Oh my
insane
God.
plate of pasta I've ever seen in my life.
Wait till you see this onion ring picture I'm about to send you.
Oh no.
You guys have to look
Oh my
up.
God, Allie. That's disgusting. Look at these mozzarella sticks and onions.
Oh no. Those are like frozen.
This is, oh my God, this shrimp picture.
This is, oh, the shrimp.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That
this
is
gross.
disgusting.
What type of food? They have pasta, mozzarella sticks, shrimp. Like, what kind of cuisine is it?
It's
It looks like
Sadie's, baby. There's
French
don't put them in a
Italian.
box.
No, they have like hummus and carrot sticks too.
Yeah, carrot sticks seem to be kind of like a
Garlic bread and
common.
onion soup.
Wow, this is what a interesting.
Ew, those French fries look disgusting. Just like giant French fries. Ugh.
But since 1984, so I mean, they're doing something
84?
right.
I mean, the picture of this steak and the picture of this hamburger, like, this is some of the worst looking food I've ever seen. The place was desolate, no music. We were the only people in the entire place. Creeped out by all the solitude. Our bill was $16. They served us 3 zucchini sticks, 4 onion rings, and 3 cheese sticks. Wow, this will be my first stop right after COVID.
Yeah.
This person says, I think the rumors are true. It's a drug front, or that people just live there. It is so creepy. Wow, they say that it's everything's just goes from freezer to microwave, that it's all just frozen meals.
Yeah, it looks like frozen.
It looks like frozen meals, yeah. Yeah, this looks pretty bad. Okay. Anyways, next voicemail.
Hi, I'm leaving a message for the Web Crawlers podcast.
That's us.
I just wanted to let you guys know that I just finished the Flat Earthers, like 2-part episodes. And I have a lot of opinion about Flat Earthers. Like, I've always thought they were kind of like silly and stupid and stuff like that until my my aunt married this crazy guy that basically has brainwashed her. He is absolutely crazy. Like, he's a flat earther. He believes the coronavirus is fake. It's a hoax. He believes that the vaccines are going to have chips that are going to like control your brain. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, God.
Chips.
I am basically just calling you guys because I don't know what you do with my family. I don't know what you do with my aunt because, like, I can't talk about her. Like, I mean, I can't talk to her because if I raise any complaints, she's just gonna stop talking to us. She had a horrible, pretty much abusive relationship before she married this man. And she was never religious. She was always like a city girl. She was an actress. She met this guy. They were neighbors, I think, something like that. He was extremely religious. He had this weird conspiracy theories. And let me go down a list. I already mentioned a couple of things that he believes, but he also believes that Jewish people are going to destroy the world. Something like that. Like he believes that they are.
I've already destroyed this podcast, sir.
If I understand correctly, he believes Jewish people. Sorry, Allie. Jewish people are going to destroy the world. He also believes in QAnon. He's very pro-Trump. I mean, it doesn't make sense because we're Mexican, by the way. Like, this is all happening in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
So that doesn't really make sense either. He's a flat earther. He used to be a pilot, like a plane pilot.
Oh my God! But he's a flat earther.
He comes from a really rich family too. I don't know if that really has anything to do with it, but
That's weird.
It's crazy. Oh, and the newest thing, the reason why I'm so upset right now is because he has convinced my aunt to move to a desolate part of the mountain. So because they believe that the government is trying to control their brains with a chip implanted. Now she says that she doesn't want to, she's going to send her money to help her out and whatever with her medical deals, but she doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want to call her. She doesn't talk to us anymore. And every time we talk to her, through phone or through first, text message, she says, me and my husband believe this. Or, Roberto said this. Roberto said that. She's not able to think by herself anymore. She's being controlled by this man. And I'm just very scared because I don't know what to do. If you guys have any advice, please let me know. I'm sorry if I'm annoying you guys because I talk so much, but I just wanted to make a little conclusion. Basically, I don't think I introduced myself. Hi, my name is Mariana. I'm here.
Hello.
And yeah, everything with my aunt and this crazy motherfucker, but it's also hard to communicate with her because now I live in New Jersey, which I'm not a big fan of Jersey, but that's okay. That's another point. But I've never been that close to my aunt, but it really worries me. And everyone, my mom always oh, she's happy with him. She's so, that's one before. But yeah, basically like every single crazy fucking conspiracy theory you can think of. But if you guys have any advice, any kind words, that would be appreciated. And I'm just like talking so much and ranting. So at least I hope that you guys find this story interesting or amusing or something. I don't know. Fucking flat earthers, man. You're fucking stupid. Yeah, I think that's it. Goodbye. I'll stop talking. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
Wow.
I don't think we're qualified to give advice on that, but wishing you a lot of
that's a lot.
love and I don't know,
it's hard
strength on that journey.
There's this podcast that the New York Times did called Rabbit Hole or Down the Rabbit Hole, where it like talks to people who get like sucked into like right-wing conspiracy things, and like it details like how this one guy like got out of it. It's fascinating. So like that's a good podcast to listen to that like really goes into like the psychology of why people start to believe these things. And like I don't know.
Stuff,
I don't know how you like, luckily I don't have that many family members who are like into conspiracies. And like there's occasionally a couple aunts in Michigan who like post about it on Facebook, and I just try to be like, that's not true, and like find like factual articles to be like, well, no, this is actually the truth. And like you can't get angry. You can't be like, you're fucking stupid. Like you have to be like, Bill Gates isn't injecting microchips in people's brains via vaccine. It's impossible. It can't happen. But
how would you even do that?
I don't know. That's a common conspiracy, is that Bill Gates wants to inject computer chips via a vaccine. But how do you
even do it?
It just doesn't work.
I don't know, bro. People are crazy. Can't even like, it's just so wild.
But anyway, good luck.
Good luck.
Let's do one more voicemail.
Hello. This here message is for the web crawler.
Thank God.
I was just listening to your mailbag episode, and I had to pause it and call you. To the lady whose dog is afraid of the chicken, we can't ignore your dog. We can't. We can't ignore your dog. And why is your dog afraid of chicken? Anyway, hi, Allie. How are you?
Hi.
I'm pretty good, too. All right, then. Bye, y'all.
Jeb.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that chicken call. That was pretty good.
That was amazing.
Well, anyways, that is our mailbag episode for today. We also talked about simulations a little bit. Maybe in our other Friday episode, we will play some more voicemails for you to kind of even it up.
This Friday is our live show.
Oh.
Remember, first Friday of every month?
That's right.
Well, now I remember. Thank God.
So this Friday, you guys, is another Web Crawlers live on youtube.com/webcrawlers.
That's right.
How exciting for everyone. So please come with spend the week really like thinking about scary stories or creepy things or questions, concerns, comments you have, things like that, so that we can engage with you. All right. Well, I have a cake in the fridge that I'm going to go attend to.
What kind of cake?
Sweet Lady Jane.
Oh my God.
What kind was it? It was like a berry cake?
Triple berry, baby.
It's the best one.
I've been having a slice a day. It keeps the doctor away.
Yeah. A slice a day keeps the doctor away.
Keeps the boys away. That's what I always say.
I don't need any trouble keeping boys away, baby. They keep themselves away. Because I have a bad personality and an ugly face. Anyways, I am Allie Siegel.
I'm Melissa Stettin.
And I'm Maria Blasucci.
Bye.
Bye.
An Earios original.
Powered by Acast.